Hey, good morning to you. Mark again here at Weatherman Plus. It is Thursday, March 11th, so I hope you all get out there and have a very great day today. God bless every single one of you. I'm sorry I wasn't able to upload yesterday, guys. Actually, all these storms that passed through, we had a big issue with power problems yesterday, so I wasn't able to put a video out for you. However, I am showing that we still have a big problem with this snowfall that's about to happen and what's going to happen in the future. I show we do have another chance for a big snowfall in the Northeast. Now, in a few days, we're still going to have this tornado issue that's going to be all the way from Texas all the way to Kansas. And this is going to expand and go to the east as these storms band out and go to the southeast. And this problem will grow as the week goes along, and it will be more of a 15% possibility for tornadoes. And I will make a video today on that, because matter of fact, I am showing that the instability and the shear is really going to be strong, and this is going to be a good possibility. National Weather Service is still showing that this will move to the east as the week goes along, so I will update y'all on that. Now, if you go to poweroutage.us, you can see exactly what's going on with the power, and I am showing that this is going to be a power problem for everybody, because we just got hit with pretty intense storms, but just a little bit of what's to come, and we're still 15,000 people right here in Wisconsin still without power. Also, we have Hawaii with over 6,000, California over 3,000. Matter of fact, they just had some bad rainfall and they had some bad mudslides, especially in Orange County. So they are having some issues over there. Colorado, almost 2,000. Illinois, 1,500, still without power. And we also have Michigan, that's with 1,300 without power. So those storms did come by. It was some pretty strong bands, and it just knocked out a lot of people's power. Now, if you've never been here before, good morning to you. My name is Mark. I upload every single day when I have power. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you can see when my next upload will be. Now, we're showing two different outcomes that's going to be for this snowfall event that we're about to have. On the very top, the video is a GFS showing the snowfall run. Now, I actually let that go for the full 10 days. Now, I don't forecast that far. That's way too far because it always changes. But if you look at it, you can see that there will be another heavy snowfall possibility for the Ohio Valley and the Northeast with days to come. I'm showing a couple of snowstorms will be passing by. And if you look at the one right above my head, that is a Euro, showing the same thing up to 10 days out. And it's also picking up there is going to be a heavy snowfall event for the Northeast. Now, it's not showing as heavy as the GFS, but that's why I got them both running so you can see the two differences. One showing that it's going to be a problem for the Ohio Valley on this snowfall event, and one showing that it will not. It all depends on daytime heating is what it comes down to. And this is our shot from first thing this morning, 6 a.m. Central Time, 4 a.m. on the West Coast, 7 a.m. on the East Coast. This is your 12Z. This little nasty storm that just passed by gave everybody tornado warnings all night long. But a lot of hail, a lot of damage and wind did come out of it. And as you know, it did get some power outages. And we also have this cold air coming in with this low pressure system on the southwest. It gave them all that rainfall in California. It caused them with some mudslides. But now this is coming into that deep trough on the EPO, which is your East Pacific Oscillation. Shows you where you have a deep trough or a high ridge. And we get into one from the 11th, and then from the 12th, it starts moving up. So it's still going to come all the way down and cause this big snowfall event. Now, as you can see here from the Euro, this is your EPO. This is your Eastern Pacific Oscillation, showing that you will have a deep trough all the way to the 11th, and then it's going to go up towards a neutral and a positive phase. But I'm also showing that later on that we will have a possibility for an even deeper trough coming in towards the end of the month, guys. So we could have still another problem. And as you look at the teleconnections, which shows you your potential velocity that you will have, we're right here on this 60W, and you will see that we do have multiple velocity potentials all month long. So this is going to be one after another. This is not over. It's going to be all the way to the end of March. Now, so you can see everything that's going on. I'll put your time and your date up here on the top left for this video. Usually I have them in between the videos, but this way you can see it because I'm going to show you with a little bit of movement of what's going to happen. Now, moving it a little forward until Saturday. That way you can see what's going on. And this is right around 9 a.m. This is 6 a.m. Central Time. And as we get in towards 9 a.m. is when the system starts getting in towards Colorado. And this is where the heavy snowfall is going to start taking place. Now you can see the cold temperatures that's within this 540 line. That's all your freezing line from your rain to your freezing snow. And you can see it getting into Colorado with some very heavy right there near Denver. But you also see that it's very close to this warm line to where it's going to be thunderstorms and rain. And as you move into 3 p.m. for Saturday, you can see it starts changing some. The main factors that we have with this storm is you have your low pressure system. It is spinning counterclockwise. You have your high pressure over here. It is spinning clockwise. So it's sucking all this moisture, all this warmth is coming from the Pacific, it's coming from the Gulf, and it's coming from the Atlantic. So it's bringing very warm temperatures over this whole south and east side of this storm. And with these two pressure systems spinning the way they are, it's going to pull all this in just like a conveyor belt. It's going to pull all this moisture and it's going to feed it right towards these cold temperatures inside this 540 line and make it a big, heavy snowfall event. Now, this is literally going to be on a 24-hour stall, guys. There is another low pressure system. It's upper level low right now, and it's going to move in and actually help this system move away. Because it's a cutoff low away from the jet stream, but it still has a lot of energy. It has a lot of cold air. It has a lot of precipitation coming from the south, and it's going to stay strong all the way until it starts moving away. So from 3 p.m. Saturday, it just sits there and it feeds all this cold temperatures, all this precipitation and rainfall, and it just makes a heavy snowfall event. However, whether it's going to be heavy for Denver or not, because they get some pretty heavy snowfall. I think their heaviest snowfall in March has been, I think it was 41 inches. But this one isn't going to be that close to it. Matter of fact, I think it could be a lot lower than what people are saying. But for Colorado, Wyoming, also for Nebraska, this is going to be an issue y'all going to need to watch out for. Because as it keeps going, and it keeps going for 24 hours, it keeps feeding rainfall into all that cold temperatures. Now, when you get into Sunday at 3 p.m., now it starts moving away. And this is where I think a lot of buildup for Denver also will be for their snowfall event. Because when it starts moving away, the warm temperatures is moving away with it. So right at noontime, it's still sitting good with some temperatures, some precipitation. But right when you get to 3 p.m., it starts moving away. And this is really going to affect the higher altitudes of Wyoming. It's also going to affect Nebraska. And as these storms move away, it's going to go towards Iowa now with some potential for heavy snowfall. It's going to cut Iowa right in half as far as the temperatures. Northern half is going to see snow. Southern half is going to see rain. As well as these storms that will be moving to the southeast, and it will cause tornado problems and some severe thunderstorms popping up. I will do that on a different forecast. This one is just for the snowfall event, but I will update y'all on that. Now by 9 p.m. the daytime heating starts going away, and it starts getting a little colder for Iowa, also for Illinois, and it starts going towards Wisconsin as well. And all the snow really starts to sit in really good as this system moves east. Now for a little closer look, you got Colorado right here. You have New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Wyoming. Now as we go into 6 o'clock in the morning for Saturday, you can see that the temperature does change right on the edge. And Denver is right around here. So for a minute, you're going to get warm temperatures. You're going to get rainfall coming in. You will have some snow. But as the day goes along, it warms up and you're going to get less. So I don't see a whole bunch of accumulation. A lot of people are saying 4 feet and all this, 3 to 5 feet. I see it more or less like 2 feet or less for Denver. Probably less. But you get heavy snow accumulations on the higher altitudes of the mountains. You get rainfall, warm air, and thunderstorms on the lower altitudes, which is mostly around Denver. Now, your 18Z is noon for Saturday, and then as the day goes along, you'll see that it does have heavy snowfall that does fall in higher altitudes, but you're right on the edge of getting freezing rain and getting snow. And the whole time, it just stays warm right there. That's why I'm thinking it's only going to be in the higher altitudes for the very heavy snowfall. I think Denver will be a little over a foot of snow. I don't even see really 2 feet. But as we go along through Saturday night into Sunday morning, you'll see it still stays warm the whole time. I mean, all these warm temperatures are pulling in very close to the center of this cyclone. And that's why it's just too warm. I think there might even be a possibility for some thunder snow in the higher altitudes with this, because I am showing that there is going to be some lift. But as it goes into 6 o'clock in the morning for Sunday, that's when the temperatures change and you get some heavy snowfall for Sunday morning. And that's very close to whether you're going to get a whole bunch or not, because as you get in that heavy snowfall, it's when it starts actually moving away. And by noontime on Sunday, it's going to start moving away. The temperatures will drop for you, at least for Denver, and because the warm temperatures will be away with the system. And now you got a good chance for some snowfall as the system moves away from you. Only problem is the precipitation is moving away as well. But on a wraparound, I do believe you will get some accumulation. You still stay frozen for a long time on Sunday as it moves away. And you can see that shot here with your temperatures. You can see that it does move in Saturday morning. And this is right here is 6 o'clock on Saturday morning. And you can see it's right on the edge of even 32 degrees right off the mountains. So you are getting some convective activity as all this air, because this shear is pushing this way. But it's getting a lot of convective activity in the higher altitudes because the air is rising, hitting the mountains and rising up. And it's cooling all this down. Very cold up here in the higher altitudes. And they're getting heavier snowfall while you're still in warm temperatures. And as you go through the day for Saturday, you stay in nice warm temperatures the whole time. I mean, you're right on the edge of 32 the whole time. So I don't think there will be a lot of buildup. I think it'll be a lot of wet snow. And Sunday, 6 a.m., you get a little bit more into the freezing temperatures to get more snowfall, at least for the Denver area. And then as it goes through Sunday, it warms up once again. I think it'll be a best chance for snowfall, at least for the Denver area. As the system moves away on Monday and the temperatures get really cold for a good long time as it goes away. Now, if you look at your lapse rate, you can really see what happens as far as why it really warmed up. Now, lapse rate lets you know not only where instability is, but as the lapse rate decreases, which is all this gray, it shows you where it is instability because it shows you where heat is rising in higher altitudes. So the yellow, and of course this right here, you can see the legend on the bottom, the brighter the purple, the colder the air. So this is very cold air up aloft, while this gray area is warm air rising. And as you go through Saturday morning, you can see there is some cold air moving in with this storm, and it gets really cold early in the morning, of course, for Saturday, and you do have some pretty strong cold values up aloft for some snowfall. But as your Saturday goes along, it starts warming up. Now you're getting a pocket of instability early in the morning. This is right around 3 a.m. And this could be some thunder snow that could be happening because this is warm air rising in the middle of all these cold air around it. And then this warm air will stay around till 6 o'clock in the morning. This is when the snowfall really starts to take shape. But you can see all the gray, that is warm air rising. So that's why these temperatures stay warm for a good bit. And you can see it fights it all day long Saturday. But all this right here, well past Denver, into the higher altitudes almost, it's warm air rising for quite some time. And we do have problems for blizzards. As you all know, 35 miles per hour wind gusts sustained for 3 hours at a time will create blizzard conditions. And this is showing that you have some up to 40 and 50 miles per hour wind gusts will get entangled around this system. But as it warms up, it'll start spreading out. So as you go into Saturday afternoon, this is right around 3 p.m., it starts really building up some strong wind gusts within this system as it goes through. And all night long, all the way until Sunday morning, it starts really strengthening. And this is 6 a.m. on Sunday. Now you got 50 miles per hour wind gusts all over Wyoming, all over Nebraska, even on western Iowa. Down here in New Mexico, you got it up to 60. But right here where the snowfall is happening for Denver or even some of the higher mountains, there's not a lot of wind going on. So the blizzard conditions will be around where you're getting hit with the snow. I don't see it actually staying a blizzard problem for central Colorado. You can see it does stay around all the way until Sunday evening. Then it starts moving these very strong wind gusts over into Iowa. While the whole time New Mexico stayed in the wind gusts. And by 6 p.m. on Sunday, going into Monday, it starts moving away and losing the wind gusts. And you can see the shot best here when you see the system moves in all the way from Saturday into Sunday. Then it spreads out and becomes a big wind gust issue for 50 up to 60 miles per hour wind gusts, especially for New Mexico. New Mexico is going to see some high wind gusts. But it will move away, and as you go into Sunday evening into Monday morning, it'll start weakening down. Now you can see where Denver is right here, and according to GFS, it's showing that you'll get anywhere a little bit above 2 feet of snow, which is a little bit heavy in my opinion. I think it's going to be a little bit less. And the models are showing different, however. I mean, in the higher altitudes, you can have anywhere up to 60 inches, which is up to 5 feet of snow. Just for Denver alone, it's showing 27 inches just for your area alone by GFS. And that's over 2 feet of snow. While the Euro shows that it just stays too warm, guys, and it's just going to be 15 inches, a little over a foot of snow. And it's going to bring some heavy rainfall as well. This is your 5-day outlook as far as where the heavy rainfall is going to be. And it is showing that it is going to be up to 6 inches for northern Colorado getting into Wyoming. And if this is all snow, and if it, well, there's 7 inches now. But if this is all snow and it's just going on a regular ratio of 10 to 1 of just some regular wet snow, that's 70 inches. That's a lot of heavy snowfall. But it is showing that there is going to be some heavy rainfall up to 4 to 5 inches for northern Kansas, southern Nebraska, and it's going to go into southern Iowa a little bit. I'm showing that Iowa actually would be cut in half with the snow on top and the rain on the bottom. Also for Missouri, you just had a bad rainstorm yesterday, and it's showing that within the next 5 days, you could get up to another 4 to 5 inches of rainfall in the south of Missouri. Now within the next 5 days, the GFS is showing that you will get anywhere from 6 to a foot of snow for northern Iowa, southern Minnesota. Also for northern Minnesota as well. But it shows a heavy amount of snow is going to be in Nebraska, Wyoming, and Colorado. Now, if you zoom in a little bit, you can see that it does show that it does stay warmer in this area towards where we was trying to figure out for Denver. But in the higher mountain altitudes, it shows that, according to the GFS, that it has a chance for 120 to 130 inches of snow. That is 10 feet of snow. Now, it's almost believable because you got the low pressure system spinning counterclockwise, you got the high pressure system spinning clockwise, and it's shoving all this moisture and precipitation into this cold air for 24 hours. So that is believable. However, it's not trendy. And for Wyoming, it shows that you have a chance for 5 feet of snow in the higher mountain altitudes. But going by the GFS is showing 12 inches by Colorado Springs. It's still showing 21 inches towards Denver. And as you get into higher altitudes, it just goes dramatic. This is where it gets all the precipitation. This is where it stays cold the whole time. All this stays warm from the warm air rising that I showed you. But it's still showing a lot of heavy snowfall in the higher mountains. Up to 10 feet, that is just crazy. And for Wyoming, it has Torrington at 17 inches, Casper at 15 inches, Cheyenne's over 3 feet, almost 4 feet of snow. And your higher altitudes is right at 5 feet of snowfall. And it goes into Nebraska with over a foot of snowfall and almost 2 feet, if not 2 feet, northwest Nebraska, with Iowa being cut right in half with anywhere from 7 to 11 inches of snowfall. Now, what's trending is what the Euro and the Canadian model is showing. The Euro is showing that it will be a lot less snowfall for Colorado, also for Wyoming. It still shows heavy in the northwest of Nebraska, but now it's not showing as heavy for Iowa neither. It pretty much becomes a daytime heating issue when the storm reaches Iowa. So whether it's going to be freezing temperatures or not, that needs to be updated. It's still too far away. Even though it's only days away, it's still too far away to be sure about that. But the Euro has you for 16 inches for Denver. It actually has Fort Collins, the heaviest, at 20 inches. And it has Colorado Springs at 12. And a lot of them are showing Colorado's going to get anywhere from 12 to 15 inches. So I do believe that the Euro is probably right on this. Just because not only that it's trending, but because of the warm air rising, keeping the temperatures above freezing for you. And it's dramatically different for Wyoming as well. It's showing anywhere from 3 to 4 feet of snow in the higher elevations. Cheyenne's only getting 2 feet of snow. Torrington's only getting 15 inches of snow. So it is a lot smaller as far as the impacts from GFS to Euro. Now the GDPS, the Canadian model, is agreeing with the Euro. Matter of fact, it's trending more that GFS is just overshooting it a little bit. But GFS does see that sits there for 24 hours, and it is a better long-range model. However, it does show lighter amounts for Colorado and Wyoming. It does agree with the GFS that there will be a heavy snowfall event, not only for northwest Nebraska, but also for Iowa. So that's still going to be a thing. And it's even picking up northern Illinois as well with almost a foot of snow. But it has northwest Nebraska over 3, almost 4 feet of snow. So there is going to be a big, strong anomaly on northwest Nebraska through all the models. But the Canadian model is showing that it will come all the way across, even into Indiana with this snowfall, with these temperatures. And the GFS agrees that it will be a heavy snowfall event for Iowa, but it's not showing all the way to Indiana. It's showing that northern Illinois is a possibility. So the snowfall totals is not trending as far as what's going to happen to Colorado. But as far as Wyoming, Nebraska, that's trending. That's going to be some heavy snowfall, especially for northwest Nebraska. And it's also trending that there is going to be a snowfall event for Iowa and for northern Illinois. While the Euro stands alone, that it's just too warm temperatures as the daytime heating comes and the system stays a little more northern. And instead of Iowa getting heavy snowfall in northern Indiana, the effects are a little more northern. So now it's going to be Wisconsin and Minnesota. So that's what I'm saying. It's only a few days away, but it's still too far to be accurate for them to be this far along from each other. The 5-day outlook, Euro does show that it has a good chance for heavy snowfall right here in the mountains. And it does still show that anywhere from South Dakota all the way to Minnesota, there will be a heavy line of snowfall that will be happening. However, it don't show much for Iowa or the Ohio Valley. A little bit for northern Vermont and New Hampshire. Now, the Canadian model is picking that up as well as the heavy snowfall going towards Minnesota, and it's picking up the heavy snowfall in the northeast with major impacts for northern Vermont and New Hampshire. But it's also picking up there will be some snow in New York as well. But another thing that is different on is it's showing a heavy snowfall track across Iowa into Indiana and northern Illinois with heavy snowfall as well. So it needs to be updated. There's a lot of difference going on there, and it's just too far-fetched to be accurate. Now, the GFS isn't showing the heavy snowfall event for New York. It's still showing it for Vermont and New Hampshire. It's still showing it for Iowa and northern Illinois, as well as this long track to Minnesota. So a lot of this is trending. The 5-day rainfall outlook is going to be a lot of heavy rainfall. And as you go to the 7 days, you'll see that these storms that does move to the southeast will cause a heavy rainfall event, especially for northern Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina. Now, I will update that when I do my severe weather video today. That way you can know what to expect through this possible tornado outbreak that we could be having. Now, what I'm going to do is play this for you so you can see it all in motion. Not only that, we have all these storms that will be going through the Ohio Valley and the central U.S. For the next couple of days. And then as this system comes up, you can see the warmer temperatures on the east side of Colorado while we're getting all these storms coming up to the Central Plains once again. Now, I will be making that second video today, updating as far as all this rainfall and what's going to be happening for everybody else, including that tornado threat that we have upcoming pretty quick. So I will update that in a separate video today. I thought maybe if I make these little videos a little bit shorter to where it's more focused just on key points, that it would be better. So let me know if you like that better or if you rather just a one regular forecast like usual. So God bless you all. Hope you have a beautiful Thursday. I hope you had a great Wednesday. I couldn't even check comments or anything. It was just no power. It was really sucked. But God bless you. I do want to read to y'all Psalms 2. Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder, and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear, and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Amen. Hope you have a very great day today. We'll do that second video on the severe weather this afternoon. That way you can see a little more of what to expect. All glory does go to God, God of Jacob. Amen.